Consider every living thing needs a few fundamental things to live. We need water. We can die in a few days without water. We need nutrients, food. We need fresh oxygen and sunshine. Fresh oxygen, even prison inmates receive outdoor time. And sun, particularly plants, as they convert the sun's radiation into energy. Photosynthesis is what it's called. Isn't it really remarkable how all life springs from sunshine? So it is with plants and bonsais in particular. Watering your bonsai tree. So let's talk about proper watering techniques for a bonsai tree. What is your environment? If you live in a temperate climate where winters aren't too cold or harsh, you can leave your bonsai outside so it will receive rainwater. Leaving the bonsai inside on a windowsill is fine so it gets some sun. Water in the morning before leaving for the day, and water in the evening. Professionals say that underwatering is the cause of death of more than 90% of bonsais. Watering provides the medium through which the plants take water up through their trunk to the leaves, so photosynthesis can occur. Feel the soil. If it is dry, then it needs water. Do not rely on a mister exclusively. It won't provide enough moisture. Misting does help to keep the foliage looking fresh, though. So what's the best method for watering your bonsai? Water it for 10 seconds. Go away for a minute or two. Come back. Water for another 10 seconds. And go away a second time. When you come back for the third time, check the status of the soil. If it feels damp, it has received enough water. If it still feels somewhat dry and not saturated, water for another 10 seconds. The key is that the soil should always feel damp and adequately moist. Now you can use a small hand watering can or even just a glass or a measuring cup. You don't need anything fancy. Also acceptable is to bring the bonsai to the sink and let it soak in the basin. Now remember, the larger the tree, the larger the pot, the more water that is needed. If you live in a tropical, damp, or rainy area, your bonsai will still need water care. Rain isn't always sufficient. Evaporation still happens. In the warmer seasons, spring and summer, you'll need to water twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. While there's no hard and fast rule, if your home is warm and heated or dry, or you use air conditioning, you'll need to monitor the bonsai's water level more closely. Again, this is going to be a daily thing. Are you worried about overwatering? Well, it shouldn't be a major concern for you. Use a drain tray and put it underneath the bonsai plant pot. The water will simply empty there into the drain tray. You can place small gravel on the under tray, and there's two benefits of this. It looks nice and it adds a nice aesthetic touch. Also, gravel will help to keep water in the tray longer so it doesn't evaporate as quickly. You will have to wash the gravel every month or so. The gravel will get green and slimy and a little unsightly. Now, if you're going on vacation, try to make arrangements to have your bonsais watered while you're gone. And just immersing the bonsai roots in a tub of water isn't really acceptable, as the roots cannot breathe while submerged. So now let's talk about feeding your bonsai. What to look for with food? Well, you want to look for the NPK composition labels. And NPK stands for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And these are the three minerals and elements that plants generally need. You can use generic all-purpose feed, is usually fine. It's better than nothing. Solid feed is usually a better option. Economically, you get more for your money. Liquid feed is mostly water. Although you will have to remember to dilute the liquid feed as recommended on the packaging. Solid pellets. For indoor bonsai, place a dozen or 20 pellets around the plant in its container. Pellets can generate a little bit of mold, and they will get because they will get some moisture. These pellet feedings should last a couple months before needing to be replaced. Outdoor bonsais are best fed with pellet form food. Only feed them during the growing season, the warm months. Sprinkle enough feed pellets to go around the tree's trunk base. Early spring, early summer, and one in August is usually best. For smaller outdoor bonsais, less than knee height, 2 feedings is usually sufficient in the growing seasons, once in spring and once in summer. Early spring, look for a high nitrogen rating, such as 10, 7, 7. In autumn, or towards the end of the growing season, lower nitrogen and higher phosphorus and potassium rating is best. Well, really, thank you for watching. I hope you learned about taking care of your bonsai. It's really not too difficult. It just takes a little bit of patience and a little bit of attention and care.